Precisely 42,195 meters long, this is the route that's become the standard for all marathon runners. The course was inspired by a 2,500-year-old myth, only today it's run on asphalt along one of the Greek capital's main roads. Every November, the classic marathon starts here, in the stadium in the town of Marathon. At the moment, it's being prepared for the upcoming football season. Father of 5, Panagiotis Katundas, is unemployed, but takes pride in supporting his third league team. It's about more than just football, he says. It's about the legend.
The club's name says it all, the Battle of Marathon. It's really a privilege just being here and being able to help.
This is the bay where, it's said, the legendary battle took place in 490 BCE. It marked the first Greek victory over the Persians. According to legend, the Athenian warriors gathered in a phalanx formation and managed to fight off a Persian invasion. Then a messenger ran the 42-kilometer distance to Athens with news of the victory. Here at the local museum, the marathon's legacy is omnipresent. More modern-day Hellenistic heroes have also been immortalized here. For instance, marathon runner Spiros Louis, who won the first Olympic marathon in 1896.
We have his original medal from 1896. His traditional hat, a cap, exactly like the cap which Michel Breal gave to the winner, to Spiros Louis. Spiros Louis never ran another marathon race.
At the 8-kilometer mark, there are remnants of an American military base. The last GIs withdrew here in 1990. Anti-American sentiment has a long tradition in Greece, and the country's entry into NATO in 1952 wasn't without controversy. But today the deputy mayor remembers the advantages to having a foreign military presence here.
Many young people had jobs at the military base. Many Americans lived outside it and rented flats in town here. There was a lot of contact, and sometimes there were even weddings, and some of our young women ended up going over to America.
At the 11-kilometer mark, we find the vineyard of Spiros Karlatiras. He says that this kind of grape was being made into wine here as far back as the battle against the Persians. But even a victorious past like that is of little avail to the wine grower today.
Wine used to be a national tipple in Greece, but with VAT at 23%, it has become a luxury. How can people who've seen their wage cut by half still afford a glass of wine?
But Karlatiras isn't ready to throw in the towel just yet. He hopes the marathon label might help his selection of wines find fans abroad. At kilometer 13 stands the monastery of St. Ephraim. It's a place of pilgrimage for Greek Orthodox Christians. St. Ephraim is said to have been murdered 500 years ago by the Ottomans, and since then, nuns have watched over his burial site. He's attributed with miracle-making powers, so the wish box in the chapel is always full.
I come here to pray every Saturday because I have so much to thank St. Ephraim for. My daughter had bad psoriasis. We went from doctor to doctor, but no one could help her. And then I took some oil from the monastery, and after she rubbed it on her skin, the affliction disappeared completely.
At a fruit and vegetable stand at the 18-kilometer mark, we meet Ali, a 22-year-old Egyptian. He fled to Greece 4 years ago, he tells us, and since then, he's helped his uncle growing and selling vegetables. He also works in a tire workshop here. But there have been more and more racist attacks in Athens, and now he avoids the capital.
I haven't experienced any racism out here. It's quiet. Of course, for immigrants, life isn't easy during a crisis. We have to work twice as hard as the Greeks.
Some Greeks resent the immigrants and say there are too many of them, but not Ali's customers.
There's an Egyptian working in my husband's shop, and we're really satisfied. We can't find any Greek workers. A Greek man came to work in our fields recently. He left after just 2 hours.
At the 35th kilometer, the marathon route reaches Athens' outer limits. The streets are lined with vacant shops, signs of the economic demise. The classic marathon route ends here, the Panathinaikos Stadium, venue of the first modern Olympic Games. Pheidippides, the original messenger, is said to have delivered his message of victory before collapsing and dying. But Nikos Polias, 4-time winner of the classic marathon, has completed the route and still has strength left. He explains the unexpected growth in popularity of his sport.
Running is something that the Greeks have adopted as a hobby or as an activity in order to cope with the frustration and the crisis and all the things that make their everyday life worse.
Ρίξω μ' αγαπή μαράγκα κι άιντε στο